My name is Carol Dumas. I'm Joey's grandma, and I just love him dearly.
All right, my first question is, what event in your life do you remember as very joyful and why? Or an event that you thought was very joyful?
I think getting married maybe and having my husband for almost 50 years, which was a wonderful thing. And I love my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. They're wonderful. I just love them dearly.
What was special about your actual wedding day?
It was a rainy day, but as soon as it was over, as soon as we got to the church, it stopped raining. So it was great.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a sign, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one is there a piece of art or a song that you are fond of and why? Or an artist?
Of course, my main man is Johnny Mathis.
Yeah.
Anything and everything that he does. I even listen to him at night when I go to bed.
Why do you like him so much?
He's just wonderful. He's just a great singer, and I've loved him. Oh gosh, for years, probably since I'm able to listen to music and he's great.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jill Cannizzo, and I am Joey's mom. I'm 60 years old soon. In November, I will be 60. And something that brought me joy in my life is having children. I always wanted to be a mom. I was a preschool teacher at the time, and I was very excited to be having my own children that I could raise and watch them grow and learn things. And it's been a big joy for me. I have 2 children. My daughter Kayla is 32, and my son Joey is 27. And to this day, they continue to bring me joy all the time. And I really love having children.
What do you wish you had known 10 years ago, or what's something you wish you knew?
So I wish 10 years ago I would have known more about budgeting and finances and how to maintain your money. And I have some debt right now that I wish I did not have. And if I had known more about that, I probably wouldn't be in this position.
And is there a piece of art or a song that you are fond of and why?
I like All Music by John Mayer. I think that he's a great singer. His songs all have a lot of meaning to them. I truly enjoy listening to him. I ask Alexa to play him a lot.
Okay, nice.
Hi, I'm Maddie Darcy, and I'm 26 years old, and I'm Joey's girlfriend. I'm also a 6th grade dual language social studies teacher.
Awesome. All right, my first question is, what is an event that you remember as being very joyful and why?
Okay. I would say it was when I was like 16 or 17, and I went and volunteered at a camp, and it was very joyful because it was a lot of different people coming together, and at the time it was a religious thing, but it was very cool to just see how all different people from all over the country could come together and serve and provide an experience for other groups of people from all over around the country. So yeah.
Awesome. What do you wish you had known 10 years ago, or what's something you wish you knew 10 years ago?
I wish I knew that I would be using my Spanish so much, because now it's something that I am speaking every day fluently. And I think 10 years ago I would have been, in high school, right? Mm-hmm. And I really liked my Spanish class, but I didn't know it would become such a big part of my career.
And finally, is there a piece of art or an artist that you really like and why? Or that really resonates with you?
Like a physical piece of art or any...
A physical piece of art, a song, an artist like painting, anything like that.
I would say an artist that resonates with me is Bad Bunny. Because I feel like he has so many different kinds of music styles that he does. Obviously he does the reggaeton, but he also does a lot of, like, there's some sad songs, and a lot of people would argue he sounds the same in a lot of the songs, but he really has something for every kind of emotion, and he always just makes me want to dance, and I can't stop listening to his new album. Like, every day I wake up just thinking about his songs, and yeah, he's a very good artist musically.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm recording now the practical part of my project, and for 3 striking differences between the speech patterns of the 3 speakers, I noticed that for one point, Maddie ended up speaking with a lot more detail in her answers than both my mom and my grandma did. Not sure exactly what caused that. I think she was a bit more relaxed, it seemed like, than they were, and maybe that added to her ability to have longer answers. But my mom and my grandma gave a little bit shorter answers and shorter interviews in general. And so that was just something that I noticed with their speech, was that Maddie was able to go into more detail and share a little bit more about her experiences. Second of all, the cadence of speech for each speaker was a bit different. It was clear that Maddie spoke a bit faster than my mom, who spoke a bit faster than my grandma. And it might not be as clear in the interviews, but while sitting there face to face with them, it was pretty clear to me as they were answering that they were speaking in different speeds. And finally, Maddie often used the expression "like" in her interview, while I never heard my mom or my grandma say that expression at all during their interviews. So just something that I found pretty interesting. I wonder why they didn't feel the need to use that term as much. It's sort of like saying to catch your thoughts. So it's interesting to me that Maddie, who is my age, uses that, but my mom and my grandma didn't seem to use it as much. One similarity between the 3 speakers was that all of the speakers' joyful events seem to revolve around relationships that they have, or relationships with their family members or other people, and how important those relationships are to them. So I just thought that that was a really interesting connection between the 3 speakers. Also, they all kind of spoke with a more professional tone than I'm used to, and I think that that comes from being prompted with the fact that this was an interview and not just a typical conversation. And something that really surprised me was I had no idea my mom was such a big John Mayer fan. But that was pretty cool to find out, because I'm also a big fan of his. So that was something that we were able to connect about after the fact, which was pretty cool. And I thought was pretty nice, actually. And then as far as 2 relations to our class content goes, they both relate to my girlfriend Maddie's interview. For one, she's a fluent Spanish speaker, and so in the video you can clearly hear how her pronunciation of Spanish words is a lot more fluid. And when she uses the word reggaeton, you can really hear her Spanish dialect come out, which made me think about how we learned that you're able to, or your dialect will often reflect the setting that you're in, and specifically with bilingual speakers, a lot of times their dialect matches the language that they're speaking in, so they're able to turn on that dialect and speak words that are in Spanish properly, as well as being able to speak English words properly. And so it was just something that I noticed her do that I think was relevant to what we learned about language change in class, and the way that we're able to kind of use context to differentiate the way that we use language. And second of all, in the interview, there's a clear moment where Maddie asks me a tag question stating, "I would have been what, in high school, right?" And then on top of that, she also uses hedges at the end of several of her statements, which makes a clear connection to what we learned recently about gender and language, and the way that female speakers talk from the 1960s till now. And so those are a lot of the big takeaways that I got from these interviews, and I hope that you enjoy them. Thank you.